There's a nurse, healthcare worker. She refused to get vaccinated. There's a mandate. As a matter of fact, the majority of Americans believe that healthcare workers should be mandated. 75% of black folks say yep. 57% of white folks say yep. 65% of Hispanics say yep. Healthcare, you got to get vaccinated. This person here says no. Let's go to the video.
Hey, Allie.
Hey.
So, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to get logged on to a computer, or?
I was gonna pick up some shifts and stuff. I just stopped to talk to her.
So you do not work here anymore. Sarah Beth had this conversation with you in detail. You talked to HR yesterday.
I did not quit, and I was not fired. There's no other option. There are only two options. I have not quit, and I have not received a termination letter.
You're gonna have to leave. We need your badge, and we need you to leave.
No. Under what? On what grounds?
We do not want this to get ugly.
On what grounds do you have?
We're gonna ask that you do the right thing and you leave right now.
No, you guys chose not to do the right thing by not giving us a choice.
Who are you working? You're here.
I am here.
Okay.
I was not able to clock in this morning.
She didn't get the vaccine either.
Hey Eddie, I need you over at the ambulatory surgery entrance, please. And you didn't do the vaccine either?
No, sir.
Okay.
And I was not terminated. I did not quit.
You guys keep saying we chose, but you gave us no choice. There was no choice. You guys took it away.
There was a choice.
Okay, so then fire us.
You didn't.
So then fire us.
So I'm the director of security, and under my authority, I need both your ID badges.
I need my termination letter.
I need your ID badges right now. This doesn't have to go this way. You can cooperate or you cannot.
You don't have any grounds to say
I do
that.
have grounds.
No, you don't.
You were notified.
I will not leave in a professional
You don't
manner.
have my permission to record, and I'm requesting you to stop right now. You do not have my permission. You're on private property, and you can stop recording right now.
I'm not giving you my badge.
You can stop recording. You do not have my permission. The badge is not your property.
I did not quit. I was not fired, and they're trying to remove us from the property.
I mean, I've seen many things in my life, but once the authorities or once a supervisor or let's say head of security, once they say it's time for you to turn in your work badge, I don't think there's a lot of negotiating at that point, but obviously she did. Now, there are people with a lot of strong feelings about this back and forth. I want to remind people that healthcare workers are aware of the mandates and protocols of working in that industry. And that industry does administer COVID vaccinations. If you are antithetical to the vaccination yourself, what information are you giving patients who are in need of that vaccination? In addition to that, this happened in Bowling Green, Kentucky. Kentucky is an at-will work state, which means you can be fired. And there is a policy, there is a mandate that over 98% of the healthcare workers have adhered to, and some will not, and that is their choice. I don't want to take that option away from them, okay? But that doesn't mean you can still be employed at an agency that requires it. Let's go to some of the background. She refused to leave Bowling Green, Kentucky, all right? This is an at-will state, as I just explained. This was going viral on TikTok. From the Daily Dot, the follow-up video shows another male employee telling the woman and another worker who seemingly also did not get the vaccine that their access has been denied. He answers, "Yes, you are," when they ask if they've been terminated. "You are being terminated," he reiterates. Now remember, they're saying they have not been terminated. He's saying they have been terminated. They're saying they have not been terminated because they did not receive a termination letter. Well, let me say this. I've been terminated before in my life. I don't think I ever got a termination letter. No, I was told I was fired. Jackson, have you ever been fired before?
Yes, I have actually.
Did you get a termination letter?
No, I didn't. I've been fired. I think I've been fired 3 times. I've been I've done a lot in my life, but at no point did I get a termination letter. 2 times they're like, just leave. And the other time I got talked to on my way in and they said, "Hey, sorry, we just gotta let you go." I've never gotten a termination letter before.
You know, this was really interesting because in this scenario, the nurse already spoke to HR. She was aware that she could not come back to work. She was aware that she was no longer employed there. And she came back just to do the video. She came back to work just to do the video. And it looks like she had a little bit of backup to do this video. This is already settled not only statutorily, but in case law, as well as administrative policies of private companies like this hospital is in fact a private entity. So what's the problem here, Jackson? I thought these people really appreciated private enterprise being able to implement common sense policy for their company.
Well, not only that, but she's a healthcare worker, so she should know better and understand the science behind it and understand that we've been getting vaccinated since the 1700s and that we've all been vaccinated for everything else. But let alone, this is a very childish country. And people need to grow up and realize that when you live in a society that has rules and regulations, there are gonna be consequences for how you choose to go about making your decisions. And especially, over 200 million people in this country have gotten at least the first shot of whatever vaccine strain that they got. And for the most part, pretty much all of them are doing just fine, myself included. I had 0 symptoms. Everyone's doing fine. So again, like you said, one thing she mentioned that you don't have the grounds or the authority to do this. Like, yes, they do. That's not your hospital. Like, what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't understand. So it really just goes to show, the hypocrisy of that type of thinking. And again, it's just, these are the battles they choose instead of let's raise wages. Let's make our education system better.
This is what they fight over, right?
Right.
Yeah, and it's really interesting. I mean, let's start like with something simple. You know good and damn well that's not your badge.
Right.
You know that work badge came from them. Now, that's not your property. That is a small, simple fact that you cannot comprehend. All right, good luck on the rest of the stuff.